Breathe in Hashem and breathe out the weekday. Breathe in Shabbos and breathe out stress. Breathe in Tzefat and breathe out the world. Breathe in love and breathe out anger. Breathe in love and breathe out resentment. Breathe in feeling connected and breathe out feeling disconnected. Breathe in one and breathe out two. Breathe in that we're all one and breathe out that we're separate. Breathe in that we're all special in Hashem's plan and breathe out that we don't matter. Okay. That's the breathing meditation. And now I want to share with you something which is very, very profound, and that is the idea that the four holy cities of Tzefat, the four holy cities of Israel, they correspond to Eish Mayim Ruach Afar, and that is air, fire, water, and earth. Jerusalem is fire. It's the heartbeat. It's the pulse. It's the way, the soul of the Jewish people. And Jerusalem is Yerushalayim, and that comes from yeru-shalem, which means complete fear or knowledge of God. That's where the Beis Hamikdash was. That's where the Holy Temple was, and that's where the Sanhedrin, the Jewish knowledge, went to the whole world. Then we have Tzefat, and Tzefat is air, and air is what we need most for life. We need direction, which is Jerusalem, but number one, we have to be alive. And the way that life works is that when you breathe, you get oxygen, and that oxygen goes to every cell in your body. There's not a part of you that doesn't need breath. And so you're inhaling and exhaling. It's this infinite process. Of course, you have earth, the body, and you have water, and they're important. But the fire and air are the most important things that we have in the world. And if a person substitutes, if a person uses just their body and they forget their soul, then it's like being on a boat. You have everything except for directions. How do you feel? But if you have fire, you have direction, but you also have life, air, then you're good to go. And this is the secret of Judaism, that we take in breath. And every breath is a combination of air and fire. When you take in a breath, that breath is the air and it comes into your lungs, but it mixes with the blood in your heart. The fire and the air mix together, and that creates energy. And that's the whole secret of life itself. You have Shabbos. We have to really, really engage in Shabbos, really be alive in Shabbos. We have so many opportunities. Imagine a person that has a world filled with light, but he has blinders on. He doesn't see anything. Baal Shem Tov says that Chassidim, before they were called Chassidim, they were called the joyous ones. And somebody once said to the Baal Shem Tov, why are the Chassidim so happy? So he said, imagine the town came the most beautiful klezmer musician, and he plays such beautiful music, and everyone starts to dance. But some of the people, they were deaf. And they said, why is everyone dancing? And the same thing is that we have so many opportunities to fill ourselves with life. If we use them, we're going to be dancing our whole life. And that's the secret of life. And we have with us people that engage in art. Art also, it's about creating something special in your life. And so when you have Shabbos, what you're meant to do is experience the Shabbos. Really shut out the week and just say, this day is only for Hashem. It's only for love. It's only for study. It's only for pleasure. That's all this day is. If you do that, then you take in that breath. It mixes. The air and the fire mix together, and now the car, you have oxygen. You have direction. So when you go back into the work week, you're not the same person anymore. You're an elevated spirit. And that's our job, is to elevate the world. And when we really engage in Shabbos, in that holy day, in that day of infinite energy that's coming down on us, then a whole week becomes elevated. And every day has a Shabbos. That's when you pray in the morning. One of the most important ideas that I teach, I studied in Chassidus, has changed my life and changed many people's lives, and I really hope you start doing it. The first thought of the day becomes your train of thought. So when you wake up in the morning, train your thoughts to think gratitude. Think about the things that you're grateful for. When you go home now, make a list of the 10 things you're grateful for. And every morning, read that list. And I guarantee you in 2 weeks, you're going to be happy. Because if all the way the brain pattern is of gratitude, you're just going to be happy. Whenever you have a negative thought, push it away. Force yourself to have a positive thought. My brain, thank God, after many years, basically automatically will show me positivity. I have very, very few throughout an entire day, say very few negative